from Southwest Florida's news source. This is Fox 4 News at 6.
Some cold temperatures as we woke up this morning, but I was telling Jim right before the show, thank goodness for that beautiful sunshine in Southwest Florida, because it did start to make it feel a little less freezing.
Well, yes, it did feel more comfortable this afternoon. However, we're starting to see those temperatures fall again. Storm Patrol Viper using the power of 4 to show us mainly dry conditions. I say mainly because we have had some very, very light showers that have moved in throughout the day today. Extremely light showers. That's a sprinkle that you see between Naples and Marco. I actually drove through one of those showers on the way to work today. It brings about 10 drops of moisture on the windshield, and that's about it. You don't even have to turn the windshield wipers on. However, obviously, that little bit of rain making you feel even cooler. Here are your temperatures right now, already in the 40s in Charlotte County, 48 in Port Charlotte, 51 in Fort Myers. We have a 50 in LaBelle, 54 in Naples. But again today, like yesterday, we have to factor in the wind. Granted, it's not quite as windy, but when you factor in a wind at about 10 miles per hour, it feels like it's in the 40s just about everywhere. So one more time, we have a cold night tonight, cold morning tomorrow. Wind chill advisory in effect through tomorrow morning. Going to feel like it's in the 30s when you get up tomorrow. And here comes another cold front on the horizon. We'll tell you when that gets here. But we're going to go zone by zone for you in a couple of minutes, show you exactly how cold it's going to be in your neighborhood first thing tomorrow morning in just a couple of minutes.
And still a large number of flights affected out of Southwest Florida International Airport tonight. You can monitor the most up-to-date flight statuses right now when you go to our website, fox4now.com, and you click on the big red 4. Imagine you own a small business and one day the phone just stops ringing. Not because customers aren't calling, but because the phone company disconnected your number by mistake. That's what one Naples man says happened to him. 4 Corner's Emily Nelson has the story.
For 10 days, the phones stopped ringing at a Naples home-based business. The owner says not only has it been a huge inconvenience for him, but it's also cost him big bucks in lost sales.
Clients called me and said, you know, we thought you were out of business because your number says it's not a working number.
Rafael Martinez runs his consulting company, Blue Dot Computers, from his home in Naples. He says he paid his bill on time, but Comcast accidentally disconnected his phone number in late December. The one plastered on his work truck and on his website, his only means of communication with customers, and it's hurting his business.
December, January, February, March, those are the busiest seasons in this town for any business, and actually it's slower than it was this summer, so I am losing business.
He says he spent hours on the phone with Comcast customer service department over the last several days, but no one has been able to help him.
I get bounced back and forth. They don't seem to know what the problem is, but in the meantime, I'm out of business until I get that phone number back.
This isn't his first run-in with the cable giant. Martinez says his problem started back in July when he switched to Comcast from Vonage to save money.
It took them 3 months to actually transfer my numbers from Vonage to Comcast. I would have paid 3 times as much to stay with Vonage, you know, having this experience.
So I put some calls into Comcast to get some answers.
This is Emmeline with Fox 4.
Within an hour of my efforts, Comcast reached out to Rafael Martinez, and after some troubleshooting, the silence that filled the walls of Blue Dot Computers headquarters was broken. Music to Rafael Martinez's ears.
Rafael Martinez says it's business as usual again at Blue Dot Computers. He also tells me that Comcast offered to reimburse him for this month's bill to make amends for his trouble. In Naples, Emily Nelson, Fox 4 in your corner.
All right, great job, Emily. If you need a 4 Corner troubleshooter like Emily to go to work for you, please call or text us 206-FOX-4 or send us an email, news@fox4now.com. We have got breaking news from Washington now. Our very own Patrick Nolan just speaking with Congressman Trey Radel outside the Capitol Rotunda. Patrick is live on the phone with us right now. And Patrick, did the congressman have anything to say to you?
Well, he did have some things to say. He did not have a lot new to say. He came in, he looked very somber. He said that he's worked very hard here in Congress, and he claims that he wants to work hard to restore his reputation. He realizes he's let down his country and his family. These are things we've heard in at least 2 previous public statements from him. He was asked point blank, are you running for re-election? and he was very dramatic in saying that I absolutely am not thinking about that. That's the last thing on my mind, which is ironic because having been here the past couple of days covering this, that's just about all anyone else here in Washington, D.C. is talking about. But at this point, he did not reveal a lot of new information. He was asked specifically when he says he has a support system, are you in AA, Alcoholics Anonymous? He said that that was a very private matter and that it relies on anonymity, so he didn't want to say anything beyond that, only to say that he's got support at home and here when it comes to his substance abuse problem. But whether he has the political support or not is still unclear. We will see how that plays out in Congress. Reporting live by phone from the Capitol, Patrick Nolan, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, thank you, Patrick. More from him to come in just a few moments. Meanwhile, we showed you earlier how candidates are already lining up to take a shot at Congressman Trey Radel's seat in November's election. But despite his guilty plea to buying cocaine, could Radel still hold on and win again? Patrick filing his report earlier from Washington.
Greetings from the Capitol. One of the big questions has been, will Representative Radel run for re-election? I want you to take a look at one of the headlines here on the Wall Street Journal. It says, Congress returns to spar and set up elections. That's a key phrase because the consensus here in Washington is that this whole legislative session, more than anything, more than unemployment benefits or anything else, is about people running for re-election and how things go here. You may remember when Trey Radel ran for Congress in the GOP primary, it was very crowded, a lot of contenders, and he won with just about 30% of the vote. Well, one of the insiders I've been talking to says that could happen again if he runs for re-election if enough people challenge him in that GOP primary.
If there's 30% of people who forgive him and all of a sudden you see 7 other candidates in the race, he might get that 30% just like he did last time. If it gets to be a really crowded primary, he might just be able to squeak through.
Of course, what people are saying here in Washington may not be the same thing as what voters in Lee and Collier counties might be saying. The 19th district that Congressman Trey Radel represents. We'll keep you posted on this part of the story. Reporting from Washington, Patrick Nolan, Fox 4, in your corner.
All right, now one issue on Congressman Radel's plate is the battle over an unemployment benefits extension. Today, President Obama putting a human face on the issue as the Democrat-controlled Senate passed the extension, but it could stall in the Republican-controlled House. Shannon Travis has more from Washington.
All politics are local and personal, so on Tuesday, to drive home his points about a hot-button issue, President Obama allowed one unemployed military mom to tell her story.
I am working very hard every day to look for a position. In the interim, unemployment benefits have been absolutely essential to cover my bare necessities. My cuts include heating my house to 58 degrees, wearing a hat and a coat to stay warm because oil is expensive.
Like her, some 1.3 million Americans lost unemployment insurance benefits when they expired just after Christmas, losing about $300 a week on average. Tuesday, President Obama offered sympathies.
A lot of people, it's the only source of income they've got to support their families while they look for a new job. These are your neighbors, your friends, your family members. It could at some point be any of us.
And urged action.
Voting for unemployment insurance helps people and creates jobs. And voting against it does not. Congress should pass this bipartisan plan right away.
Obama spoke moments after the Senate advanced the $6.4 billion plan to extend unemployment benefits another 3 months. The plan faces uncertain final passage in the Senate and the House, Republicans saying they could support it with conditions.
We could find a way to extend them without actually adding to the national debt.
Conservatives also argue that constantly extending unemployment benefits pays workers not to work and hurts the economy. In Washington, I'm Shannon Travis, Fox 4 in your corner.
And while Washington plays tug-of-war with extending unemployment benefits, many right here in Florida are still having issues claiming their unemployment compensation due to the state's faulty website and backlogged call center. It's a story we are not giving up on. If you're still having problems with your unemployment claims, please call or text us so we can go to work for you. 206-FOX-4 or email us news@fox4now.com. If you are one of thousands of Floridians looking to get back to work, this should help a bit. Next week, there's a career fair in Charlotte County. It's January 15th, that's Wednesday, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is at the Tringali Recreation Center in Inglewood. Representatives from several local industries are going to be on hand to answer your questions about employment prospects. And that's not all. Winn-Dixie is holding a job fair in Naples on Monday from 2 to 6 p.m. This is at the store located on Golden Gate Parkway. The grocery chain accepting applications for various part-time positions at the Naples store. Seasonal positions at the Marco Island store will also be filled. For more information, you're encouraged to visit the store's customer service desk. All new tonight, we are seeing the dash cam video here of the arrest of Los Angeles Dodgers star Yasiel Puig on I-75 in Collier County. Puig was clocked driving 110 miles an hour on Alligator Alley near mile marker 99. That's 40 miles an hour over the speed limit. The video shows a trooper handcuffing Puig by the side of the road and later ordering a passenger to get back in Puig's Mercedes as Puig was placed in the back of the trooper's car. Puig can be heard yelling profanities from the back seat. South Trail fire crews responding to a structure fire at a local business early this morning in Fort Myers. Crews fighting the blaze at the Boardroom Aquatics store near US 41 and College Parkway. Fire officials tell us that they got the call around 4 this morning, and within an hour that fire was contained. Unfortunately, the business is a total loss and all of the fish inside died. The assistant fire chief describing the scene.
Flames through the roof at Boardroom Aquatics. Upon our arrival, we had active commercial structure fire. Primary search, nobody found inside.
No word yet on the cause of the fire. State marshals continue to investigate the incident. All right, so what good is winning really a championship if you can't show it off, right? Florida State fans living large today after the Noles' big comeback win over Auburn at the Rose Bowl last night. FSU loyalists doing whatever they can to get their hands on some championship merchandise. JP Sports in Cape Coral doing all they can to meet demand.
Right now, you know, the ski caps and stuff like that are selling a little bit more now. Now it's getting a little colder down here and stuff like that. But, you know, most of the stuff we sell is just like a lot of the novelties. You know, jerseys, shirts, hats, keychains, bumper stickers, all the fun stuff.
Many local stores we talked to say they are working to get gear in stock this week. Running to get in shape, tips for those of you who are just getting started and those who are already in form. That's coming up. The national media calls him the cocaine congressman, but will the House Ethics Committee go easy on Trey Radel? What those in the know on Capitol Hill are saying. Next.
Already seeing our temperatures fall into the 40s in some spots. We'll show you how cold it's going to be in your neighborhood first thing tomorrow morning. And believe it or not, we see some 80-degree readings on the horizon. We'll tell you when that happens, too, coming up.